Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. This is match day 38 of the Premier League predictions video, the final match day of predictions for the Premier League. What a crazy match day it's gonna be! Premier League decider, you know, the top four's already done, but fifth and sixth we are still yet to discover, as well as other European spots, like seventh. We've got two teams fighting for seventh, and obviously, you have got the basically the relegation's basically done. I think Nottingham Forest are basically safe, and I think Luton Town are basically relegated. So in terms of that, not too bad. But the Premier League this side, of course, Manchester City go into this 2 points ahead of Arsenal. If Man City drop points and Arsenal win, Arsenal become title winners. If I'm not wrong, because of goal difference. But even if the goal difference was the same, it would have gone to head to head, which Arsenal would have the advantage. But obviously, Man City are in the driving seat, and then obviously, the top four is done. Fifth place is still not fully secured for Spurs just yet. Sixth place is pretty much really Chelsea. Although unless Chelsea lose their game at home to Bournemouth, it shouldn't be anything different. But let's get into last week's predictions. Starting off, I obviously predicted right after the Fulham Man City game, so we didn't start from there. We started from Everton against Sheffield United. I predicted 2-0 Everton. It finished 1-0, half a point. If you guys don't know how it works, of course, half a point for every team I predict correctly, and 1 point for predicting the exact scoreline. West Ham Luton Town, I said 3-1 West Ham, and it did finish 3-1 West Ham, so that's 1 point. Bournemouth Brentford, I said 2-2, it finished 2-1 to Brentford. Wolves Crystal Palace, I said 3-0 Crystal Palace, it was 3-1. Spurs Burnley, I said 4-1 Spurs, it was 2-1. Newcastle United Brighton, I said 4-1 Newcastle United, it was 1-1. Nottingham Forest Chelsea, I said a bold 2-1 Nottingham Forest win, and it finished a 3-2 Chelsea win. Man United Arsenal, I said 3-2 Arsenal, it finished 1-0 Arsenal. And Aston Villa Liverpool, I said 3-1 Liverpool, and it finished 3-0. So that is obviously that. We're gonna go into this week's final predictions. Starting off, we've got Liverpool against Wolves. Neither sets have anything to play for. But I think Liverpool end the season at home at Anfield. Last game at Anfield under Jurgen Klopp on a high, and they got and win 4-0 against Wolves. I know Wolves did play well for a period of time, but I think Liverpool on final days just seem to do really well. Sheffield United against Spurs. Look, 1 point is all it's needed for Spurs to get fifth, and I think they'll get just that with a 2-1 win over Sheffield United. Next up, Luton Town against Fulham. Luton Town basically done. I think the final game of the season at home before they go back down, get themselves something. I say a 1-1 draw. I think, if we can end off with another point to the fans at Kenilworth Road. It has been a great season in terms of finishing higher, I would say, than Sheffield United and Burnley. And this is a Burnley side that obviously did really well in the Championship. So did Sheffield United last season. and Luton Town came through the playoffs, and they've done better than the other two, and that is a sign of progression. But when you are fighting against Nottingham Forest, who have been able to sign so many top players across Europe, it's hard to compete, really. Brighton against Manchester United, not much to play for here. Um, I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. I think Brighton will give Manchester United a game. The final games for Man City and Arsenal, both on the same day at the same time, obviously, the title deciding games, to make it fair, obviously. Man City West Ham. I think Man City win the league after this game. I think they win 3-1 at the Etihad, and they win the league, confirmed. Arsenal, I think, will push, and I think they will win 6-0 against Everton. It's a very bold prediction. I think they will absolutely bury Everton, but it just won't be enough, which is unfortunate for Arsenal fans. Personally, I don't really like Arsenal personally, so obviously, do I like Man City? Nah, but if I had to choose, I would choose Man City to win it. Brentford against Newcastle United. I mean, in terms of currently, I think Newcastle United, I thought, played well against Manchester United away, but were just unfortunate. I think they'll get a 3-2 win, narrow win, get the job done. Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Look, Aston Villa, top 4 secured. Palace nothing to fight for. I'm going to say a 2-1 Crystal Palace win. I can just see a final day slip up from Aston Villa. Burnley against Nottingham Forest. What a boring game. 0-0. Let's give them a 0-0. And lastly, Chelsea against Bournemouth. I think Chelsea win 2-1 against Bournemouth, and they secure European spots, which is not too bad. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button, subscribe to join us on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.